Yo guys, Punkrat on another video. We got 2 days, guys, 2 days. It's been long awaited, hasn't it? We're so close to the finish line, but really the journey has just begun. So we're about to venture into our vanilla quest, and we all know that Blizzard announced that they're going to be splitting it up into 6 phases. So the first phase that we're going into is going to be really what we're experiencing. So this is what I want to focus on for this video. Just a couple little things that I think are going to be quite interesting, things to expect in the first phase of Classic. I've actually personally played on a decent amount of server launches in the past, so I have a good idea of what to expect, and hopefully I can help you guys get a good understanding of what it's going to be like on the first phase. So the first thing that I actually want to talk about is actually PvP. This is specifically for people who are playing on a PvP server, but I think it's actually a pretty interesting one. So I know we all saw in the beta tons of videos and highlights of people PvPing all over the place, and yeah, there's going to be a good amount of it. But one thing that I think is going to actually surprise you is that there's going to be less than you think. Even in Stranglethorn Vale, people generally have been calling Stranglethorn Vale Stranglethorn Vietnam lately. That's been the meme that's sort of been hovering around. It's an old one, but it's been rebirthed in the 2019 era. But Stranglethorn Vale is not going to be as bloody as you think it is. I think, or at least in my experience playing on many servers in the past, there's kind of like an unspoken rule when the server just launches, and that rule is generally just don't mess with people. People are just trying to level for the most part, and you'll see many people that are actually not interested in fighting with you, or it's their actual strategy where they don't necessarily want to stir up anything. An alliance might see you if you're horde and just slash wave. He might help you kill your quest mobs to sort of get on your good side. I mean, if someone helps you to kill your quest mobs when they're great to him and he's on the opposing faction, it's hard to kill them. I mean, I've had that happen many times to me, and it's hard to just be like, oh man, this guy just helped me, he seems like a decent guy, and now I'm just gonna gank him. So I'd say expect less PvP than you'd think, especially considering the fact that there's no honor system implemented in the game as of just yet. So there's no real reason for people to stop leveling or for people to go out of their way while leveling to PvP at all. There's no real incentive to do it other than having fun. So some people are going to do a ton of it, but for the most part, people are going to sort of have this mindset of don't mess with me, I won't mess with you, let's just focus on our quests and live a nice peaceful life. So this next thing that I want to talk about is actually expectations. So I know many people have really high expectations in terms of what the community is going to achieve, how fast people are going to be killing things, and other people think that those expectations are way blown out of proportion. I'd say your expectations are probably going to be blown out of the water. I'd assume that there's going to be one guild that's going to absolutely surprise the entire community and kill Ragnaros way faster than a lot of people think. I think the most common estimate in general that I've heard is a little bit over a week. I know there's a bunch of guilds that are going for 9 to 12 day molten core clears when it comes to killing Ragnaros included in that, but I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw something way faster than that. And the other aspect, of course, is power leveling. I'd say that Joanna's power leveling world record from back in 2006 is most likely going to be beat by the end of the first week. So the next thing that I want to talk about is in relation to the market. So the first thing that you need to know is that gold is going to be extremely scarce. People are going to be penny pushers in vanilla. You know your uncle who, when he goes to the convenience store and there's that little take a penny jar that you're supposed to take if you literally need a penny to pay for the thing, and he just takes one because he's like, oh, take a penny. Okay, I'll take a penny. Hey, bro. That's pretty much the mindset that people have at the start of a Classic WoW experience, a fresh Classic WoW experience. People are holding on to every dime that they possibly can. People are trying to haggle everything. So just in general, the actual capital that people are working with is going to be way less than a thriving vanilla market. So don't expect for, a lot of your items to just sell right off the bat for good prices. Gold is going to be scarce, and that's why I'd suggest farming gold actually out of the game system itself. And the next thing in relation to the market is pay attention to oversupply. So there's going to be so many people playing at the start, so many people that are grinding from 1 to 60. Once the server sort of settles down a little bit, there's a lot of people just hanging out at level 60, and they just hang out in Ironforge, Stormwind, maybe do some dungeons. They're not really grinding in the same way. But when you're leveling, you're constantly grinding and you're constantly accumulating tons of items of relative value. This means the auction house is just going to be full of things. Not to mention that there's actually going to be layering implemented. So there's going to be more nodes that people are picking up, more mining nodes, herbalism nodes, and just there's going to be tons of mats in general. There's going to be tons of BOE blues, BOE greens, and even more BOE epics than you'd expect. Like there's going to be Staff of Jordans, there's going to be Axe of the Deep Woods, Alcar Sunraiser, Stockade Pauldrons, Warden Staff. There's just going to be tons of everything. Shadowfangs, Twink Gear. And it's just basic economics where if there's an oversupply, then you can expect things to be relatively cheap. So I'd say keep your eyes peeled and try to find good deals around. People who are looking to make money on the auction house, phase 1 is probably one of the best times to do that. And along this line, I'd actually also suggest to level up your professions during phase 1. There's going to be a complete oversupply of mats in general, and they're going to be relatively cheap, especially lower level mats. So wool cloth, linen cloth, copper bars, silver bars, like everything within the level 1 to like 25 range. There's going to be so many people playing in that range, and a lot of people that are actually going to be playing within those levels that are actually going to quit, but they're still going to produce value or produce all kinds of items and mats. So now is really a good time to just be able to stockpile all of those mats, level up all your professions, and get it all done effectively. And not only is phase 1 going to be a good time to level your professions, but it's also going to be a good time to level an alt as well, considering the first factor that I talked about, where PvP is not really going to be a big focus and people are going to be more focused on leveling. So I'd say level up an alt early. So if you want to go really hard, you're going to want to have 2 alts and 4 professions. So you could cover gathering and a couple crafting professions as well between both of your characters. Now this one's in line with grinding in general. When it comes to resources, expect extreme competition. Layering is going to help this a little bit, but not as much as you might think, especially as time goes by and they start reducing the number of layers in general once people start dropping off a little bit because they can't make it through Stranglethorn Vale. So Black Lotus, thorium veins, rich thorium veins all across the world are going to be highly contested, as well as farming locations. The spot in Northwestern Plaguelands where you're farming Crusader is going to be really rough. I highly doubt you're going to get that one to yourself. Mage AoE farming spots, really rough as well. And this is actually one of the main reasons why I'm going a hunter, because I'm just going to be able to do Maradon farms and get my own instance ID to myself to just farm. And the same thing is going to apply for rare mobs in general. So just expect anything that has high demand within the community is going to be highly competitive and highly contested. Now we just spoke about that Crusader enchant recipe as well and farming that. So one thing that I'd say is definitely going to be a huge factor, as well as expect a lack of recipes. So a lot of the recipes for enchanting, consumables, and just like in general across the different professions require reputation, or they require a grind, or doing a boss that has a chance to drop it, which I guess is a grind as well. So getting all of the recipes isn't necessarily easy. So this means if you're looking for a specific enchant, let's say plus 15 agility to your one-hand weapon, there might only be a couple people who grinded the Timber Maw rep required to actually have that enchant. So it might be difficult to track that person down, or they might be offline all the time, you never catch them. So the top tier enchants are going to be tough to find, and especially flasks. Flasks have a 3 to 4% chance to drop off of 3 bosses. You got Balnazar, you got Ras Frostwhisper, and you have General Dracasath. Of course, there's going to be a good amount of people that are just going to be farming these dungeons non-stop, and people are going to have those recipes, but it's going to be quite rare. They're probably going to charge a premium if you're not in their guild. And in general, the market's going to be highly scarce when it comes to highly demanded recipes. So let's talk about something maybe a little bit more positive. Now, one thing that you should expect that's actually a great thing is extremely quick groups, heavy guild recruitment, and a high sense of community. There's going to be so many people everywhere. It's going to be really easy to make friends. It's going to be really easy. Let's say you haven't joined a community yet, you haven't made any friends. Like, you don't have to worry about that going into Classic. It's going to happen organically. There's going to be tons of people that are actually going to meet up in the leveling process. They might have all, been a bit ahead of the curve, and they might have joined a guild, or maybe they haven't joined a guild at all, and they'll end up forming a guild, and then you'll have actually a strong guild that's been created on your server that no one really knew about prior going into Classic. And these guilds that actually form organically after the server launch might be some of the best guilds on your server as well. So just because someone talks a big game on their Twitch stream, or someone talks a big game on their forum post, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to pan out. Most guilds, I'd say, that have really big starry-eyed visions for what they're going to accomplish in Classic will probably fall short of their actual vision. So be wary of that and just let it happen organically. Understand that there's going to be extremely heavy guild recruitment. There's going to be guilds popping up non-stop. There's going to be a massive sense of community, so you're going to find a group of players to play with. And also along the same lines, that finding groups for doing quests, doing dungeons in general. In later patches, once everyone's basically raiding and no one really cares, it's hard to find a tank to do anything. Most tanks are in like full tier 2, full tier 1, some of them are in tier 3, and they don't, they can't be bothered to go do a Skolomance with you or something. But in the early days, there's going to be so many tanks everywhere that are trying to get to collect their pre-raid BIS or get specific recipes and stuff. So finding groups is going to honestly be a cakewalk. There's going to be tons of people everywhere looking to do things, and you will never have a dull moment at the start of a server launch. I can guarantee you that one. So I'd say make some friends early and you'll benefit in the long run. So I think those are pretty much the main things that came to mind when thinking about what to expect in Classic WoW, or the theme of this video. Now, we're so damn close to going back to World of Warcraft, not the amalgamation that we see today in retail. And I know people are getting really excited, and people are, taking weeks off from work, or people quit their jobs, and people are looking to go super, super hard, guys. And I can totally relate to that. But one thing I just want to say to all you guys out there going into Classic, take care of yourself. I've been having this fear in the back of my mind that like someone's gonna hurt themselves, and I really hope that that's not the case. So make sure that you guys are eating healthy, make sure you guys are sleeping well. It's not worth it. It's just a game. It's a great game, and you can go hardcore without killing yourself. And I know me saying that will probably not change the mind of somebody who's maybe gonna go absolutely hardcore, but I just really hope that we don't have a story out there, a news story with some tragic loss of a life because of Classic WoW. Because there's just something at the back of my mind that keeps telling me like there's a good chance that happens this time. So I hope that doesn't happen, guys. I wish you guys good luck. Make sure you're eating healthy food. Don't eat pizza pockets. I keep hearing this whole, I just bought a bunch of pizza pockets. Make some healthy food, put it in the freezer, take care of yourself, guys. Sleep well, and just enjoy the run. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. I'm playing on Fairlina Alliance. I'm sure you guys, a lot of you guys know that already. So if you guys want to play with me, come join the party and let's have a great time. I've been streaming on Twitch for the last couple days. I'm about to get my affiliate. I'm super, super excited. I've had a good amount of people tuning into my streams every single morning. I've had such a good time with you guys, so hopefully you guys tune into my Twitch. The Discord's also been booming like crazy lately. It's just non-stop epic banter every single day, so join the Discord if you guys want to be part of the Punkrat chat community. And with that said, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, of course, you know the drill, soldiers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.